Hey guys, DrLeatherface back for my fourth pickups video, which is actually from August, but what the hell can you do? And hooray, it's Christmas, apparently. So, just to prove it's Christmas, there. Isn't that Christmassy? As we all know, penguins are the greatest animals and most awesome things to ever live, and as this is a Christmas decoration of a penguin, it is therefore the greatest and most awesome Christmas decoration ever made by default. So, isn't that lovely? What a special treat for you. Anyway, on to the pickups. First up, we've got some Game Boy Advance here. They're loose, unfortunately, but I got a pretty good deal on them. I got F-Zero, which is pretty cool. Very, very good game. I got Street Fighter... What's that? Revival? Oh, yeah. Street Fighter Revival, apparently. I thought it was something else, but it's not. Yeah, Street Fighter Revival, which is a very, very good little Street Fighter port. And Spyro A New Beginning, which is okay. There hasn't been a decent Spyro game since the first one on the PlayStation 1, but, you know, it passes the time. So, very good to get those. I'm trying to get boxed Game Boy Advance. When you see stuff like this so cheap, you might as well just pick it up. So, very happy to get those. I think I paid £5 for all of those shipped, so not bad. And then we have a sort of boxed PSP game. It's Loco Roco for the PSP. A very, very good, quite unique little puzzle game for the PSP. Been after it for a while, and I managed to find it for 99p in a charity shop. Unfortunately, the insert and the manual's missing, but if anybody's got one and they're willing to let go of it, just let me know and I'll sort something out, because that'd be awesome to have that complete. But it's a very, very good game. If you see it, check it out. And next up, we have some Dreamcast. As we all know, my favourite console of all time, so I'm always buying Dreamcast games. First up is Soul Fighter. It tried to be like a Golden Axe sort of 3D Golden Axe sort of game, and it kind of works. The only thing that lets it down is like really, really ridiculously shoddy controls. So, yeah, it's a shame really, because it's good fun for a little bit, but after a while it just gets repetitive and annoying, and it's mostly due to the controls. So, if you see it cheap, pick it up, because it's a good way to kill a few hours, but it's a shame that it's just let down by poor controls. And next up we have a couple of sealed Dreamcast games. Quake 3 Arena, very happy to pick that up at last, and sealed. I'm not sure if this is a reseal or not, because it seems to have been shrink wrapped. But yeah, but it doesn't matter. I managed to get this for a couple of quid, so been after it for a while. It's just one of the games that I've always avoided, because it's just so common and so cheap. I'll pick it up later, and I just saw a sealed copy, got it. It's pretty crazy. It's good Quake Arena sort of fun. But if you are going to play it, don't use the Dreamcast controller, because it's fucking ridiculous. If you get the Dreamcast keyboard and mouse and play it just like you would on a PC, and it is absolutely perfect. Great fun. You can still get online with this if you know how to get your Dreamcast online, so there's still servers up for it. It's definitely worth picking up if you see it cheap. And next up we have Jet Set Radio sealed, which is pretty cool. Very, very common, very classic Dreamcast game. It's surprising that I haven't had this in my collection yet. I used to play it a lot when I was a kid over my friend Lee's house, and I just never got around to buying it. But finding a sealed copy for, I think it was £3 shipped, it's not bad at all. It's just been recently re-released on Xbox Live Arcade. I'm not sure if it's PlayStation Network as well. Possibly, maybe. Who cares? But yeah, if you see this, pick it up. Absolutely classic game. Then we have... I think I'll do some PlayStation now. I got a tennis game. I don't normally buy this shit, but as it's Anna Kournikova Smash Court Tennis, which is probably the best arcade-style tennis game ever made, apart from obviously like Virtua Tennis and all that shit. But it's great fun. Like little chibi characters, great animations. It looks beautiful. It's just a lot of fun. Normally I wouldn't bother with a tennis game, but this is made by Namco, so you just expect crazy arcade action, and it's great. And Anna Kournikova, yeah, she's pretty bang tidy. I wouldn't say no. And yeah, these next two PlayStation games I was very, very happy to pick up. I've been after both of these for a very, very long time, and then I just walked into a charity shop down the road from me, and there they both were, sat on a shelf for 99p each, and I couldn't believe it. First up is The Adventures of Alwynd. Quite a hard to find game. I had this when I was a kid, and I played it to death, and one day I needed money for something or other, and I traded it in, and I regretted it ever since, because I think I only got like £3 for it, and I spent the next 10 years trying to track down another copy of it, and the prices were like 25 quid around that price, and I just wasn't prepared to pay it. But I just walked into the charity shop and found it, absolutely mint condition, everything's there, the manual, is in excellent condition, and then the hints and tips book is exactly the same. And then this is quite good to find the map with it. This is the thing that often goes missing, but yeah, I found the map absolutely perfect condition, and the disc is mint. It's like it's never been played really, apart from my fingerprints all over it right there. But yeah, so very, very happy to pick that up for 99p. Been after it for a long time, just sat there on a shelf staring at me, and yeah, I don't have that luck very often, so pretty cool. Same with the next one actually, just in the same charity shop on the shelf, 99p, Parasite Eve 2. This is quite a hard game to track down as well, and still sells for quite a nice price. And so yeah, just 99 pence for this. Very happy. Everything is absolutely spotless. It really, really is perfect. So never played a Parasite Eve game, so been after it for a long time. Next up, we have a few DS games actually. And first up, finally got around to buying Final Fantasy 3. Been after it for a while. I've got every Final Fantasy game up until 12 now. After that, I don't really think I can be bothered. But yeah, so Final Fantasy 3 finally picked it up. Pretty decent condition. I managed to get it for £3 off eBay. Not bad. The only thing I have to say about it is, as it's on the Nintendo DS, which is just a fucking terrible handheld. The screen is small. The sound is awful. It just kind of sucks that it's on the DS. This is a very, very good remake of Final Fantasy 3. Everything's there, it looks beautiful, but it's just a shame it's on the DS. If you haven't got this yet, I would say avoid the DS one, and if you've got a PSP, download it off the PlayStation Network for the PSP. Beautiful widescreen angle, redone visuals, and yeah, just the sound is a lot better, everything is better about it. But if you've got a DS, definitely pick this up, but if you have the option there, get it for the PSP. Next up, Metroid Hunters, well, Metroid Prime Hunters. It's a pretty decent handheld Metroid game. Again, suffers from the problem of it being on the PSP. Oh, sorry, the DS. But it's pretty good for what it is. You know, pass the time. It's not terrible. It's not ridiculously hard to control like I first thought it would be. So everything's there. You know, a good little online mode, 2-player mode. It's definitely worth checking out. And this game I was pleasantly surprised with. Tony Hawk's American Skateland. This has got to be next to Tony Hawk's Underground 2, was it, that came on the PSP? Yeah, apart from Underground 2 on the PSP, this is probably the greatest handheld version of Tony Hawk's ever. It's absolutely amazing. It's got crazy, like, cel-shaded cartoon graphics, but it's just a very, very good handheld Tony Hawk's game. I was really surprised by it. I only bought it because it was ridiculously cheap, and yeah, popped it in the DS, and yeah, it is pretty damn good. So check this out. If you ever passed it up before, because you're just like, oh no, why the hell would I want that? Trust me, check it out. It is brilliant. And next up, we have a pretty stupid purchase, to be honest. But I've saw this in a charity shop. Been meaning to buy it for a long time, and as it was a collector's edition and it was only a couple of quid, I thought, why the hell not? I got Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion at long last. It's stupid because I don't have a working PC. I have no way to play this, and I just look at it, I'm just like, I want to fucking play you, but I can't. Why the hell did I buy you? I'm a fucking idiot. But yeah, very happy to pick this up, even though it's tormenting me every day. But the collector's edition is pretty cool. It comes with a few nice things. Just open it up here. There's the instruction manual, obviously, the game disc, and bonus materials like making of, and all of that good stuff. And then over here we have this, which is a replica of the currency from Elder Scrolls, and it's a pretty solid coin, very nice, pretty cool. And then we have this, which is like a journal of the history of the Empire, so it's got a lot of cool information in here about the history, the different lands, different islands, that sort of stuff. From like Morrowind to Daggerfall to Oblivion. It's just a pretty cool little book to have, very nice, a lot of nice artwork in here. It is like an old, like sort of old text book that you'd find in a library, just the history of the land. It's got all character histories and profiles and different species and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. And then last little thing here, we have standard map that you'd expect with all sort of things like this nowadays. It's sort of like aged on the back, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, nice little map, and that's upside down, never mind. But yeah, so all in all, for a few quid, not bad. I just need to get a working PC so I can play on my PC games again. I'm trying to build one slowly where I don't have much money. I just have to like get bits here or there, but yeah, it really sucks. I need to get a working PC so then I can edit videos properly instead of having to do them on my phone. And it kind of sucks if I fuck up, I'm left with a fuck up in the video. But anyway, I'm rambling shit. Onto Xbox now. Yeah, Xbox. Got a fair few. And first up is Midway Arcade Treasures. Awesome compilation of all Midway's great titles. Yeah, there's arcade perfect ports on there. Got everything from Spy Hunter to Defender, Joust, Paperboy, Smash TV. This is worth getting for Smash TV alone. I have it on the Nintendo, the original NES, but if you're ever going to have a version of Smash TV, it's got to be the original arcade version of it, and this is on there, and it's unbelievable, so much fun. So definitely worth checking out. And has it got Narc? No, is Narc on there? No, that's on the next one. But yeah, great little compilation, definitely worth checking out. Shortly followed by Midway Arcade Treasures 2. Everything's on it, from Mortal Kombat 2, 3, Gauntlet 2, Spy Hunter. Yeah, Narc. Excellent game. Worth getting for Narc alone. Absolutely bonkers, over the top arcade action. Total Carnage, Pit Fighter, Xenophobe, Primal Rage, Rampage World Tour, fuck yes. Yeah, great little compilations. You can get them pretty cheap now. Definitely worth picking up if you like old school arcade games. And Crimson Skies, cheesy as fuck, like arcade plane combat game. It's like an old 40s serial. It is a lot of fun. It's probably one of the best games on the Xbox. Absolutely love this. You can get it for next to nothing now. I can't believe I never played it until earlier this year. It's just absolutely brilliant. The graphics are amazing. The storyline is great. The voice acting, everything is bloody hilarious. It's really, really good, cheesy 40s serial fun. Just imagine, like, I don't know, just like Indiana Jones in planes and stuff like that. The same sort of dialogue. It's absolutely great. And next up, Knights of the Old Republic. What can I say? One of the best games on the Xbox. Absolutely amazing. I've avoided buying it because it still goes for a very, very high price because it's a very sought after and very popular game. And then I walked into my local Blockbuster where all their old games are $1.99, and I just found it. I was like, hell yes. And I played it solidly for the next 4 days. Everything is in it. Hold on, how much did this cost to begin with? Oh no, that's just my receipt. Never mind. But yeah, awesome game, awesome game. The second one is unbelievable as well. But yeah, it's just perfect. And then this one was a game I managed to check out a while back, but Fahrenheit. It's an excellent interactive story. If you ever played like Heavy Rain or something like that on the PS3, then you know what sort of thing this is. It is a great game. It's like an interactive movie where you have to solve a crime. You just wake up in the toilet stall one day and you murdered somebody and you don't know why. And strange things like that are happening all over the city. So you got to try and work out what happens, and you take the roles of different characters. It's kind of like a point-and-click movie adventure sort of thing, but it's really, really engrossing. And yeah, it's like a movie. It's a great story. Definitely worth checking out. One lone PlayStation 2 game, and that is Athens 2004. I fucking hate sport, but for some reason I found myself totally glued to the Olympics this year, and I think it's got something to do with being British and we're like the best nation in the world or something. I don't know. But yeah, so I just like, I can't afford any of the newer games because I don't have anything to play them on. I don't have an Xbox 360, I don't have a PS3, I have no interest in getting them, so I was like, let's just get an old one, good old button bashing arcade fun, and yeah, it's pretty fun, so yeah, it's just what you'd expect from an Olympics game, really. And yeah, this I got a while back, and I don't know if you've already seen it, but I did an unboxing for this, and that was Ducks for the Dreamcast. Great game from WhoCast, and yeah, it's a little 2D side-scrolling shooter, extremely well made. This came out in 2009, I think, but this is the reprint from this year. It's exactly the same as the original one. Beautiful graphics, awesome soundtrack, and like I said before, they've made a real effort with this. It's just beautiful. It came with the soundtrack, which has, I think it was, 21 tracks on the soundtrack, and yeah, the music is absolutely brilliant. Composed by Andre Newman, is that? Yeah. Don't know much about the guy, but freaking amazing soundtrack. They have Redux Dark Matters, which was funded on Kickstarter. It should have been with me by now, but I think they're experiencing delays or some crap, so it should be with me early next year. Which is basically like a kind of a updated like remake of it sort of thing. I know that they've made with it comes Dux 1.5, which is supposedly easier because this is a seriously tough game. It is so tough to the point of frustrating. You do have to memorize all the levels and where all the enemies are coming from. And as I'm crap at these games anyway, it's a great game, but it's very frustrating. I can only do it in little small bursts. I'm probably never ever going to complete it, but never mind. It's a great game. You can still buy it on whocast.net for, I think it's €12-ish, around that price. I know the price has just gone down recently for a 10% sale. 10% off sale or something, but yeah, if you're interested in that, get it, because it's always good to support the Dreamcast scene, keep getting new games made, because it's the best console ever made. That is not my opinion, that's a fact. So yeah, check it out. And the last thing on this pickups video is a controller. I was just looking around on eBay, and I totally forgot that these came out. I just recently got Street Fighter Alpha. Is it Alpha 3 on the PlayStation 1? Just a game that I used to play a lot when I was a lot younger. And so I just saw this and I was thought, why the hell not? And that is the 15th anniversary Akuma controller. It's a nice little holographic box. There's artwork on the back there. Yeah, 15th anniversary Street Fighter, and it opens up like that, and there's the controller, certificate of authenticity. Yeah, a little like 3D lenticular thing on the controller there. Very cool. I'll just get the controller out quickly. This also came with a comic book. There you go. Yeah, this also came with a Street Fighter comic book, which is really well made, beautiful artwork. And there's Kylie Minogue. Hooray! Where's Jean-Claude Van Damme? Ah, there he is. Jean-Claude Van Damme. But yeah, great little comic book. And here's the controller, which I have to say is very nice controller. But yeah, it fits nicely in the hands. The buttons are all solid, and the D-pad is pretty sweet. And I don't know if that 3D thing's gonna distract me. I'm halfway through doing a fucking ultra combo. I was like, oh fucking hell, shiny. But yeah, it feels really good in the hands, because, button bashing and stuff like that, because, I don't have the patience to learn moves. But, yeah, normally with normal PlayStation controllers, your hands cramp up and stuff, and I've played with this for about 2 hours solid, and there's, yeah, no problems really, so very nice controller. I probably won't use it too often, because I want to keep it nice, but, yeah, I was lucky enough to get this quite cheap, because somebody listed the auction and it was ending at like 4 in the morning or something, so everyone's asleep. I was the only person that bid on it. So, very cool. I'm very happy to pick that up. And that is the end of this pickups video. I have nothing else to show you right now, and as you probably know, my uploading schedule is a bit crap. I'm not very good at keeping to a schedule, so this will probably be the last video I do until after Christmas. So, thank you very much for watching. Thumbs up, comment, subscribe if you choose to do so, because that really helps me out a bunch. Have a great Christmas, and I shall speak to you all maybe in the new year, or maybe just before. I don't know. I might have some epic stuff to show you after Christmas, because my mum went to New York a few weeks ago, and I told her to raid Nintendo World for me. So hopefully after Christmas I'll have some epic Nintendo stuff to show you. So until then, see you later.